Interior, large room, night. Man, 5'10", medium complexion, dark hair, dark eyes, dark shirt, dark pants, boring shoes. Boring shoes? Yeah. Frantically enters an excessively large room, out of focus, skimming an unbound script, approaching a table littered with assorted ceramic tiles in the center of the room. Cut to mallets on table. to imply that the performance is about to begin. I don't know why that's in quotes. Cut to talking head of man, now in focus, becoming visibly impatient and annoyed. Yeah. The subtext of which will become obvious much later during the character's falling action. Okay, continued exposition. Boring shoes again. Nice. It's a good-sized monologue at the end. That actually might be worth it. After irresponsibly skipping ahead 3 pages, man places the script on music stand, picks up mallets, and begins to play. The final ding indicates a break in posture. The music is technical, hectic, brash, assertive, indulgent, tense, anxious, guilty, distracted, and defensive. Not unlike the man. Script in hand, what appears to be the smallest inkling of a realization briefly splashes his face, leaving as quickly as it came. The playing continues, this time much gentler, yet still busy with movement, yada yada yada. Like the choreography of dusting, alternate. Like sponge washing wind chimes, alternate. Like hand-picking porcelain mushrooms. Alt, like shuffling cards. Alt, like finishing a puzzle. Alt, like chess with twigs. Alt, like amplified mouse tracks. Alt, like waiting for the bus. Like reaching for a tempo. Like tracing intent. Like letting it go. Okay, I think that gives me plenty of options. Thank you. Thanks. What feels like improvisation continues with accents here, 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 there, damn it. Here, 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 there, there, here, there, damn it. Here, 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 there. There we go, there we go. Here, here, there, here, and there. As the man continues towards the monologue, which is beginning to feel like it's never going to happen, by the way, stresses slowly begin to align, creating slight deviations to a sequence developed by the man in real temporal time. As a last-ditch effort to finally absorb what he is reading, what is there to absorb? Let's get to the monologue. The man begins to test the buoyancy of a word, the malleability of a phrase, inside of time, then out. The man is covertly occupied with reaching for grammatical rules and regulations, forecasting microscopic changes in tempo, redirecting what is ideal to what is safe, all of which inevitably and endlessly requiring the same decision. Either deviate from the sequence developed by the man, ultimately stinting the flow of connection, or at the risk of displaying an erratic weakness, forcibly align with the sequence developed by the man in an unseeable and stolen time. Again with accents here, 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 there, here, here, there, here, there, there, here, here, there, here, and there. Now in perfect alignment, man, 5'10", medium complexion, dark hair, dark eyes, dark shirt, dark pants, boring shoes. Okay, that's enough. Frantically arrives at the long-awaited monologue, puts down his mallet, finds his light, hits his mark, clicks his goddamn heels, looks directly down the barrel of the lens and says, shit, what's my line? Control. Control. To supervise one's fingertips to hands, to wrists, to forearms, to elbows, to shoulders is no doubt easier than supervising one's thoughts and abilities to communicate effortlessly and clearly and without interruption. A vast variation of interruption, partially known by the interpreter, but collected by the speaker, like antiques, little frozen moments, spitballs and snow globes. An interruption without interaction is rarely collectible. It's the combination of the two that age like wine, kept in punted bottles, pushed away from the mind's eye, out of sight, occasionally released from the shelf for a sniff, a powerful inhale, a dark recollection. But unlike wine, time doesn't make an interruption more valuable or scarce or flavorful. It allows the sediment at the bottom of the jug to become more pungent. The scent of an expenseless reminder of what it's like to be stuck. Throat cemented to the floor, like limited viewing partners with one's shoes. Look at all this shit down here. My goodness. I'd like to leave now. On one hand, to ignore the interruption is to not recognize its interference at all. Can one collect something they don't recognize? Does a clock know when it runs out of batteries? But to concentrate on the interruption is to leave the interaction entirely. A complete fixation of the squeeze to the finish line. Why collect something that has already consumed the interaction? Mold it over from the inside out. That divide between the inner and the outer voice is as thin and as fragile and as taut as fishing line. To many, they are the same, but a collector knows the difference. Does the inner voice stutter? No. Then what the hell is the outer voice? The outer voice is good at waiting for the bus. The outer voice is good at reaching for a tempo. The outer voice is good at tracing intent. Sometimes. Some of the time. Control. To supervise one's acceptance of interruption during the pursuit of supervising one's thoughts and abilities to communicate effortlessly and clearly and without interruption.
The sign said stop, the man was tall, they haven't eaten yet. The grass is long, the mailman is late, they do not want to leave. Her hair was brown, his watch was broken. Bill bought new shoes, Sam's phone is ringing, is your sister home? Mary has a cold, Parker is at the store, the pen is black, the car is crowded. Is crowded. Is crowded. Is crowded. Did you watch the game? He was very hungry. Are those books heavy? We like to play baseball. How was the food? Do your homework carefully. Thank you for making feels so good to speak smoothly. It 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 feels so good to speak smoothly. To speak smoothly. To speak smoothly. It feels so good. It feels so good to speak smoothly. And for you, and for you, and for you. And for you, and for you, and for you. And for you, and for you, and for you, and for you. Oh, um, um, I, uh, I'd, I'll, I'll have, I'd like the, let's do the, let's get the, the, I'll have, let's, I'd like let's just get let's do I'll have I'm thinking about I like I just want shit. Let's see. Oh, the no. Let's get the no. Let's get the no. Let's get the oh, I know. Let's I'd like I'll have oops. Let's get I'll just want can I get the fucking I'd like the Let's just get the, I'd like the, let's do the, I'd like, the, I'll have, shit. I'll have the, I'm thinking about the, I'd like the, I just want the, what are you doing? Say something, read the card. What are you doing? Come on. What are you doing? What? Cough. Oh, now you're gonna.
It's kind of like when it's sort of it's kind of like it's kind of like when it's basically it's kind of like when it's basically like when you the no it's like it's like when it's kind of like when you it's like it is the it's when it's like it's like when it's the
It's the unstoppable interference that is also you. There's no separation. You are the interference. You are the disruption. You are the disfluency. And that lack of separation repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats and becomes learned and becomes predictable and intuitive and physical obstructions of muscle memory that over the course of 30 years become the conscious and consistent and owned uncomfortability that is guilt. You are guilty of tampering with your own fluency. There's no separation between that guilt and you. And that gets to you. That gets to anyone. And I'm not talking about the social implications. Obviously, you don't like ordering food that you didn't want just because it's easier to say, or avoiding confrontation because you can't really circumnavigate those situations, or why it's exhausting at all. It's the guilt. It's there before you even begin to think about speaking. It's already there. It's in front of the thought. It's ahead of the neuron. It anticipates the action. It is the antecedent. Guilt predetermines fluency. Period.
But performance can also predetermine fluency. You can't stutter if it's not in the score, right? And what if you perform as yourself? What if the score allows for your personality, your flaws, your vices? What if you made the score, wrote the text, the music, the choreography? What if you are the instrument? What if the entertainment, the amusement, is both the truthfulness of what derails and inspires the performance? And if performance is simply the act of accomplishing an action or a task or a function, then to perform as yourself is to accomplish fluency. Or at least accomplish the joy of fluency. Accomplish the joy of pretending that you're not pretending to be fluent. To speak without barrier. Express without anticipation. And when that lack of anticipation repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats, it becomes learned, and it becomes predictable and intuitive and physical reaffirmations of currency that over the course of 30 years become the conscious and consistent and all comfortability that is this. The only way for you to be fluent is for it to feel like a performance, like a task, like a function. Therefore, arguing is a performance. Ordering is a performance. Explaining is a performance. This is a performance. But it's guilt-free. It's guilt-free. Maybe that's what this series is all about. That performance is this heightened scenario of truth that diverts guilt. Your stutter can't be wrong if it's the most important part of the thing. If it's the point of the thing. Performance is the muse of fluency. Period.
I think that was a good take.